Hi, everybody. Stephanie Haney here with WKYC. We are at the Forbes Under 30 Summit here at the Cleveland Public Auditorium. We're here with Suneera Madhani. She is the founder of Stacks and the host of the podcast, The CEO School. Suneera, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. It's my first time in Cleveland.
Welcome.
It's a beautiful city.
Oh, good. You're having a good time while you're here?
I love the weather change from Florida, so I definitely needed a little bit of cold. It's really nice.
Well, you came at the right time because last week it was 80, so we definitely got the cool down for the fall season going on here. Now, Suneera was on a panel here just a moment ago about breaking up the boys club. Incredible thing that she's done in the CEO space, creating a unicorn, really. So tell us about your business.
Yeah, so I started a company over a decade ago from just an idea to scaling it from nothing to over $1 billion in value. Exited the company as its founder this last year, but really did tackle the boys club. My company is a fintech, so I started a payment processing company in 2014 and scaled it from just that, building that platform to that platform is now processing over 40 billion in payments and running major networks and just it's been quite the journey, but I'm now on the other side and proud of the success that I've had, but also just finding ways to make sure that I'm not the only unicorn in the room and that we do have women founders who can really scale their businesses also to that level.
Absolutely. And you're a mother as well working in this space, so making it all happen. Talk about some of the challenges there that you were able to overcome in order to make that happen.
I mean, it's definitely extremely hard. I think if you want something done, ask a busy woman because she'll figure out how to do it. It's definitely really challenging navigating work-life balance. I've found that there really is no such thing. I think it's a total myth of having work-life balance. It's really about work-life integration. But truly, it's been, you have to prioritize the things that are important, and scaling a company, that was my first baby in and of itself. So Stacks was my first baby, then I had my other two. So I really just do my best every single day, but it's never perfect. It's a total hot mess, but I love my girls and they're always along with me at all the places that we go. And I do think that it's super important for my kids and for young women to see other women succeeding and pursuing their dreams, because I want my daughters to also pursue theirs. And so I do think that it's so important that we do shatter those ceilings, because my ceiling is her floor.
I love that so much. And you're doing such a great job of sharing the hard-earned information that you learned with the CEO School. Talk about what inspired you to create that podcast and what your goal is with that.
It was actually Forbes. So during the pandemic, I was, there was so much happening when, lockdown was happening. I was running, a large tech company. We probably had a little over 100 employees at the time, 20 million in revenue. And I was, I was pretty active on social, and I read this article from Forbes that was, titled, it was, less than 2% of female founders ever break $1 million in revenue. And that was it for me. It was like, well, why is this? I mean, there's that gap is so large, and we're having a lot of dialogue on, supporting female founders. We're seeing the needle move in the right direction. But when you actually take a look at the numbers don't reflect what we see in the world, and that 2% is an atrocious statistic. And so, of course, we're not getting funded, right? Less than 3% of venture capital goes to women-owned founders as well. And we're not getting funded. We're not getting the resources. And when I really took a look at it, I mean, it's hard to fight through the boys club. And as part of the boys club, I was also part of the boys club, and it was amazing to have the knowledge share and the resources. And we're talking about, money and our businesses, and not just, how to scale our businesses, but also how to create generational wealth, and so many different conversations that I didn't see taking place for us as female founders. And so that was kind of that aha moment for me. And I didn't go to CEO school. And so that's during the pandemic is when that podcast was formed. We actually just celebrated 1 million downloads on the show as well.
Right on.
And the whole premise is like, joining the 2% club. So every Monday we interview a woman who's made it to the 2% club. So beyond that $1 million mark as well. So it's like how I built this, but the female founder version, where we can learn tactically from actual women who've done it.
It's so wonderful to see someone in this space who has got all this hard-earned information sharing it, because a lot of times you see, people who are in those positions maybe fearful to bring other people up, but you're doing a great job of doing that. What is the one thing that you would like to tell a woman who is interested in doing her own thing, getting out there, making it happen, but maybe doesn't know where to start or is nervous about it?
I would say go for it. I didn't know I could go build $1 million business, let alone $1 billion business. And I didn't get there. You have to take the first step, and then step number 2 and step number 3. And sometimes our goals feel so big and scary, but it starts with that single step journey. And so don't forget that you have, you can do it. And I think that that's really important for you to really believe in yourself that you can. And it's really hard as a woman sometimes to find that confidence, because I feel like I've been rejected so many times, laughed out of every room, and it's not easy. So I also want you to know that the challenge up ahead is not going to be easy. But if you really are passionate about solving a problem, doing the creating this business that's going to impact the world, nothing can stop you if you really do believe in yourself. So that's where it starts.
From her lips to your ears, Suneera, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, everybody.